늘 이제 LCK 팀들은 결승은 항상 왔었거든요.
Kingzone will take the 3-1 victory over Flash Wolves.
물론 이제 EDG가 한번 우승을 했었던 적은 있지만 그거 말고는 다 LCK, SKT 팀이 이겼는데
SK Telecom, they are your mid-season invitational champions.
Going through the crucible of the mid-season invitational, the best team in the world, SKT are once again the champions.
LCK하고 또 MSI 하면 사람들이 SKT를 기억하지 않나 생각해요. 그래서 이제 이번 MSI는 저희가 LCK는 SKT 말고 킹존도 있다라고 할 수 있는 대회인 것 같아요.
Frey winning the wing wiggle comes across and gets revenge for the first 3 games.
我在很多次世界比赛中都输给了韩国队，然后如果能够在决赛中还战胜韩国队，我觉得就真的非常的棒。真的非常的讨厌第2名吧，因为我真的很想要拿第1名，而且这次我也感觉到我们是第1名。
就是 LCK 都是一个特别强赛区嘛，很少人在世界赛上面击败他们，所以我觉得这就是对大家证明，就韩国队也不是无敌的。
Fnatic is so high tempo, but Karsa will again swipe the objective away.
피앙 선수가 SKT 유니폼을 입고 약간 그런 우승을 했던 트로피를 올리고 있던 그런 사진들이 나오는데 이번에는 SKT가 아닌 킹존 자켓을 입고 다 같이 좀 트로피를 들고 있는 그런 모습으로 좀 나왔으면 좋겠어요.
And straight out the gate, gentlemen, there are no changes yet. Camille, Talia, Karma, Vladimir, the same 4 bands. Then it's Rakan and Kai'Sa to follow.
But also see if they want to just trade Ezreal for Kai'Sa, something the Flash Wolves did yesterday. Now the problem is, of course, Kai'Sa can still lose the laning phase if it is against an Ezreal, but it is an option if you want to build a very strong late game teamfight comp for Kingzone.
And of course, Kingzone, since they chose red, are still putting a very high value on the counter pick. Ezreal is going to be taken away this time, though.
Thus far, 100% the same until Varus lock in. So that is a significant change away. And then, of course, the Irelia hopper and confirmation.
I've been screaming for Varus all tournament long. Some teams decided to play it early on in the group stage, but then he just disappeared completely. But this is because Kingzone want to win bot lane. They're going to play around the Varus ulti at level 6 and try and see if they can shut down Uzi with it.
Exactly. Varus is such a good laner. He can build into Rageblade early. He brings crowd control from the bottom lane, allowing your solo laners to be those DPS users. And Irelia, as you said before, was locked in. So the instant answer here from RNG, ready to run it back.
There is sadly some issues for Varus. One of them is lack of mobility. On the other side, there's an Ornn again and a Skarner, so it's going to be tough for Prey to move around.
Wow, that's why he's picking the summoner spell Tahm Kench.
Confirmed. And the possibility of those bindings from the bottom lane. Now, often what happens in the Tahm Kench lane is a lot of the deaths that you would see from ganks and stuff on the bottom lane transfer from the AD carry to the Tahm Kench because your opponents are just going to focus well, catfish. Everyone likes calling him a frog, and I was about to call him a frog.
Good recovery.
But you always have a couple of people that are sticklers.
Yeah, there are quite a few, and they definitely like to yell. And Xiaohu's going to go back to sort of a comfort pick in that Galio. Some supportive can go top, bottom. It's another double tank comp on the side of RNG.
Yeah, it's another comp where protecting Uzi is going to be the big objective for them. Meanwhile, on Kingzone's side, we need to see if Khan wants to just grab the Cho'Gath, which he used yesterday very effectively, or if he goes for a different kind of split push. No, it is just a tank top lane. So a lot of big tanks in the front lines. But Kingzone's draft, if you consider the fact that it's an Irelia mid lane, that's going to be pretty tough to execute.
I think this is a good improvement for Kingzone. Cho'Gath has been the best tank for Khan. Because of the big true damage feast, he's still able to threaten the priority targets. He does it very well. His laning phase has also been the best for his tanks on the Cho'Gath, so I think he's comfortable on this one, even though, like you're saying, you're thinking there was going to be more one of those mobile melee damage threats.
I want to put some numbers to that. 3 wins, 0 losses on the Cho'Gath, and yesterday Khan on Cho'Gath out-damaged Prey on Ezreal in a professional MSI semi-final game. I think he's mobile enough, when the target is flash eatable, in which case Betty was yesterday.
It is very true, but this is an Ezreal with a black shield.
And it's
Gonna be-
Uzi's Ezreal.
And it's Uzi's Ezreal, gonna be hard to lock down. Like, I'm just looking at the Kingstone draft and the Varus first rotation. That's a
Find that kill, but bottom side is actually where the action is.
It is indeed Uzi and Ming going to get caught up. That's a flash already from Ming. Uzi forced to throw his down. Windsor Ball comes up, 3 flashes from Kingzone. They're looking for first blood, and it
sneaks in behind in case someone from RNG are in the river. Uzi had to just...
Arsa is here first.
Oh man, level 3 on Karsa. He's got that fracture available. Like Crystal Slashes, this should just be a matter of time. Khan gets run down. Who will pick up the
Venom
final
times
hit?
out.
It's now going to be, in fact, on Karsa. Let me backs away. And the last hit will go to Karsa. Reply kill RNG.
And that's the problem when you use the flashes level 1, but this was too easy for Karsa. There was no early vision being sprayed for Prey. The more effective they can use this Varus to move him from turret to turret. Xiao might get ganked in the mid lane. Peanut's on his way.
Well, let's see what can happen. Ford coming in from Gorilla as well. Xiaohu takes nearly no damage thanks to that W. A very nice suppress with the Gorilla. Very helpful by some time. The kill is secured by Karsa.
Xiaohu is able to get off his damage reduction. Stays alive. That was quite a bit used there from Kingzone. What will a recourse here be from RNG? Trying to push mid lane in answer now, but they're gonna lose this top turret.
Yeah, I think RNG here will end up giving another structure, and we actually see a small fight here.
All right, some damage onto Gorilla. Now remember that QSS was used. He is just blown up with that Trinity Force. Prey escaping with his life, but the dog binding falls short. No true shot barrage to take him out. All right, RNG, they still need to take the tower out because Kingzone got top.
And the punish was in the mid lane there.
Gorilla can save him, otherwise he will get collapsed on.
Okay, based on what we've seen from these two teams at the mid-season invitational, who is going to outperform in these late-game team fights? We are even in itemization, in gold. Towers are even, despite them being in different places on the map, and this is just going to come down to whoever can win that boxing match.
We often looked at this game and said Kingstone early to mid game, RNG late game. Based on the tournament, we've seen RNG perform better in 5-on-5 team fights. Kingstone has actually lost some of the games where they were looking to win and they were ahead, and then they got out team fought. Here's TP coming in.
Wow, when you hear the horn, you better run from on. Kingzone are getting crushed. Uzi gets another. The taunt picks up the kill. 2 more for RNG.
And it starts with losing the flash for Prey. Gorilla went down earlier. Prey walks into the river here, also walks into the jungle, and suddenly RNG just start a fight.
Exact.
Inside the jungle, we have a 5-on-5. So are engaging. The on-horn comes down, 3-man knocker. Dash over the wall for BDD. He's looking for Uzi, but take a look at this. Galio's out of the pit. All of RNG running for their lives. That's a massive knocker. Khan gets the rupture. First victim of the fight is Xiaohu, and Kingzone are not done yet. They turn their attention back and they're looking for more.
Oh, let's see if Kingzone can get something else here. They're very low. Uzi's also almost dead if they can just get to him.
Oh, keep an eye on him. 400 hit points. BDD's looking for targets to Blade Surge. Not going to be able to find the stun though as Karsa's on the front line. The last remaining full HP tank. Khan gets the rupture onto Lemmy. There's at the back end. There's a 2-for-1. The Orn manages to pick up a kill before Khan shuts down Lemmy. Royal never give up. Have lost this fight. And Kingzone appealing for Baron.
Prey and the rest of Kingzone now turning towards the Baron. Warbox heals up Khan, and they've started it up.
Oh, let's see with the TPs here. Xiaohu, it's still on cooldown despite him being alive soon. It's only Ming here to try and defend. Can he snipe Gorilla?
Not going to find it with the Dark Binding missing. Black Shield will interrupt that Tongue Lash for now. Baron is going so slowly with only Khan and Prey. Xiaohu cannot join this fight. Death lines are too long. Baron secured by the LCK.
That was the most important fight of this game. Kingzone, they started in their own jungle, but there were so many members getting knocked up by the Orn. The one important guy though who didn't get interrupted was Prey, who just sat there and auto-attacked over the wall.
Exactly. In the AD Carries tournament, Prey stands strong. They needed to look better when playing from behind, and they did just that in their jungle, in this team fight. They've made their adjustments in Champion Select, grabbing the Cho'Gath for that big rupture. Khan was able to utilize it very well and give Prey some space.
Okay, so the first engage here from the Orn will hit everyone, also Prey, but right after that, Karsa walks in and doesn't actually get onto the Varus. Look at this engage here from Kingzone. It's just all the tanks in the front with BDD trying to deal damage. massive Ornn ult from Letme. No one can interrupt it here. And now, it feels like RNG can win this fight, but they can't get back down to prey. Kasa is not fully committing.
Also, I have to say, BDD on Aurelia. Immaculate use of the Blade Surge resets. He jumps over the wall, baits the Galio ultimate, and instantly Blade Surge is back over. That leaves 3 members of RNG on the wrong side. They can't contribute to the fight, allowing Kingzone to take over. That was just such a cool and intricate.
And despite BDD being rooted by the Dark Binding, RNG are doing a decent job at fending off. All right, gets caught in place. Chain of Corruption is spreading. Letme's taking a lot of damage. He's locked in, locked down, and taken out. Here comes the hero's entrance, but it will not save Kosa's life. More victims will fall. Shahu is taken out by Gorilla. Kingzone, Ace, Royal never give up, and they take down the inhibitor, turning their sights to the Nexus.
Yeah, Kingzone, they're so strong here. Their front line just cannot die. They frustrated RNG, and meanwhile, Prey just sits behind them and kills everyone.
Moments after winning the fight in their own jungle, down in gold, Kingzone are going to be able to take the Nexus from RNG.
Kingzone melts through Royal never give up, and even the series 1-1.
And this all started in the jungle with that huge 5-on-5 engage where all of RNG are stuck on the other side of a wall, and BDD dances around.
Big D Daddy able to pull off the big play when they needed it.
And manages to make it count. Every single one.